these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Quickly to the air is Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. The former MVP in his 12th season leading them out. He's got more rushing touchdowns than any quarterback in NFL history. Cam Newton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Back to Walker on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on. Because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, That's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in the season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
And that's on Billy Turner, right tackle. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, he completes this to Walker. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Newton. This one goes underneath to Walker, and they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, touchdown! Marquise Goodwin from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
On 1st down, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. In Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawk uniform, he went 104, 53-1 in the regular season, threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns, a Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks, and of course led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48. That's taken in by Dulcich.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Again, Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Tim Patrick's one of my favorite stories in the NFL. A self-made player at every level. He's beat great odds to become a starter in this league. The Broncos love the reliable production he brings them from the number 2 or 3 spot on the depth chart.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Wilson.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson.
He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Gordon is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Getting set to go again here. Cam Newton marches back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Newton. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
This one to the former Bronco. It's Noah Fant. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
They'll try and run Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they're back with a touchdown at 21-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Newton.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 12-yard line.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now it's Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping it.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From the 41, Newton. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Newton to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Third and long. It's Newton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick six today.
They are even there, but we've stopped to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tip the balance in their favor?
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver's offense now set to go. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Now Gordon on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Wilson sets up the screen to Gordon. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Wilson to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on the punt for Denver. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Cam's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the give, it's Walker. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Play action. It's Newton. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. That is caught inside the 5. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Young. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So Cam Newton and his offense down 28-21. 54 seconds to go. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Cam to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. That's complete to Eskridge. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now Newton. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Newton. And this is caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Deep ball for Goodwin.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it's 2nd down.
Throwing is Newton. Catch is made by Metcalf.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This from 52, and this for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to these start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Seahawks, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.